You can grab another case of beer from the garage, Frank. My daughter-in-law, Vanessa, didn't look at me when she said it. Said it the way you'd tell a caterer to refill the ice. I was standing in the living room of the house I'd helped them buy, holding a gift I'd brought for the occasion. She walked past me to greet someone else, someone who mattered. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and write in the comments what time it is where you are now. I'm 72 years old, worked construction for 47 years, built houses with my hands, good houses that are still standing. My son Tyler married Vanessa 3 years ago. I smiled at the wedding, wrote the check, kept my mouth shut about the registry that had 7 different types of wine glasses on it. The housewarming party was on a Saturday in October. They'd closed on the house 6 weeks earlier. I knew because I'd wired the down payment, $38,000. Took it straight out of my retirement account, paid the penalties. Tyler had called me from the realtor's office. "Dad, we're 20 grand short. The seller won't budge." His voice had that edge to it, the one that said this was urgent, that I needed to fix this. I'd fixed it. Now I was standing in their entry hall with a gift bag containing the level my father had given me when I started my apprenticeship. German-made. Brass fittings. Still perfectly calibrated after 50 years. I'd thought Tyler might want it. Thought maybe it meant something. "Frank, the beer?" Vanessa appeared again. She had that look, the one that said she'd asked me once already and couldn't believe she had to repeat herself. "I'm not here to work," I said, kept my voice level. "I'm a guest." She blinked, like I'd said something in a foreign language. "Right, of course, it's just we're slammed, and I thought since you weren't really talking to anyone." "I brought a gift," I said, held up the bag. She took it without looking inside. "That's sweet. Just set it with the others." Pointed to a table by the stairs. The table was buried under wrapped boxes and gift bags. Williams-Sonoma, Crate and Barrel. That place that sells towels for $40 each. I set my gift bag down. The paper crinkled. Made me think about wrapping it at my kitchen table the night before. Same table where I'd taught Tyler to tie his shoes, where we'd done homework, where I'd told him his mother wasn't coming back. That was 26 years ago. Tyler was 7. Angela had left on a Tuesday. Took her clothes and the savings account and moved to Phoenix with a man who sold RVs. I'd raised Tyler alone. No child support, no visits. Just me and him in a house that was too quiet. The party was loud. 30, maybe 40 people. Tyler's friends from college. Vanessa's book club. Her parents. Her father owned car dealerships. Her mother wore the kind of jewelry that comes with insurance riders. They were standing near the fireplace talking to another couple, nobody I recognized. I didn't recognize most of the people there. Tyler was in the kitchen. I could see him through the doorway. He was laughing, holding a craft beer with a label that looked like abstract art. Someone clapped him on the shoulder. He turned. Saw me standing in the entry hall alone. He didn't come over. I walked toward the kitchen. Thought maybe I'd say hello. Congratulate him properly. Tell him the house looked good. It did look good. They'd painted. New fixtures in the bathroom I could see from the hall. Pendant lights over the island I'd helped install 2 weeks ago. Spent a Sunday here running wire because their contractor wanted $1,800 to do it. Tyler had called me on Friday night. "Dad, I hate to ask, but this electrician is highway robbery. You still have your tools, right?" I had my tools. I'd spent 6 hours on a Sunday making sure those pendant lights were level, making sure the wiring was clean, making sure my son's house was safe. "Frank!" Vanessa's voice cut through the noise. She was standing by the dining table. Someone had asked her a question. "Frank, where did we put the extra napkins?" 20 people turned to look at me. I saw the confusion on some faces. One woman whispered to her husband. He shrugged. "I don't know," I said. "You were just in the garage," Vanessa said. Little edge of impatience in her voice. "Did you see them?" "I wasn't in the garage," I said. "I'm a guest." She laughed. Small, tight sound. "Right, sorry, I'm so scattered today." Turned to someone else. "Can you check the garage? The napkins should be on the shelf by the..." She kept talking. stopped including me in the conversation. I stood there for a second, then walked to the kitchen. Tyler was refilling a platter with cheese, expensive cheese, the kind that comes from specific regions and costs more than regular people spend on groceries. "Hey, Dad." He glanced up, smiled. It didn't quite reach his eyes. "Glad you could make it." "Nice house," I said. "Thanks." He arranged crackers around the cheese. Perfect little circle. "We got lucky with the seller. They were motivated." "It's a good neighborhood," I said. "Yeah, great schools. Not that we need them yet, but Vanessa's already thinking ahead." He laughed, set down the platter, picked up his beer. "I should get back out there. Mingle." He walked past me, left me standing in the kitchen alone. I looked around. Quartz countertops. We'd looked at houses together when I was shopping 10 years ago. Tyler had been 26, just graduated. He'd told me quartz was a waste of money. "Get laminate, Dad, it's fine." I'd gotten laminate. His countertops were quartz. I walked back to the living room, found a spot by the window, stood there holding a beer I'd gotten from the fridge. Nobody had offered me one. I'd helped myself. "So, how do you know Tyler and Vanessa?" A man about my age stood next to me. Friendly face, polo shirt tucked into khakis. "I'm Tyler's father," I said. His eyebrows went up. "Oh, I didn't realize. I thought you were—" He stopped, took a drink of his wine. "I'm Richard, Vanessa's uncle." "Frank," I said. We shook hands. "Hell of a place they got here," Richard said. "Young people doing well. Makes you feel old, doesn't it?" "Makes me feel something," I said. He laughed, thought I was joking. Vanessa walked by with a tray of shrimp. Expensive shrimp. The jumbo kind with the tails still on. She'd ordered it from a catering company. I knew because I'd seen the invoice on their counter 2 weeks ago when I was installing the lights. $470 for appetizers. "Vanessa's a go-getter," Richard said. "Always has been, even as a kid. Wanted everything just so." "Seems like she got it," I said. "They both work hard," Richard said. "Tyler's doing great at that tech company, right?" "Right," I said. I didn't know what Tyler did exactly. Something with software. He'd explained it once. I hadn't understood half the words. "And with family help, they could jump into the market at the right time," Richard continued. "Vanessa's folks helped with the down payment. Smart move. Real estate's the way to build wealth." I took a drink of my beer. Didn't correct him. The party continued. People laughed. Someone put on music. Jazz. The kind that's supposed to sound sophisticated. Vanessa circulated with trays and bottles. Played hostess. She was good at it. Smiled at everyone. Remembered names. Asked questions that made people feel interesting. She walked past me 4 times. Didn't ask me a single question. Around 8, people started gathering in the living room. Vanessa stood near the fireplace, tapped a knife against her wine glass. The room quieted. "Thank you all so much for coming," she said. Smiled. Perfect hostess smile. "Tyler and I are just overwhelmed by the support. This house is a dream come true, and we couldn't have done it without some amazing people." She looked at her parents. Her father raised his glass. Her mother beamed. "Mom and Dad, thank you for believing in us," Vanessa continued. "And for the incredibly generous gift that made this possible." People clapped. Her parents looked humble, the way rich people look when they're being praised for their money. "And Tyler's dad is here somewhere." Vanessa scanned the room, found me by the window. "Frank, thank you for all your help with the house. The lights look amazing." Polite applause. A few people glanced my way, smiled, turned back to Vanessa. "We feel so lucky to have this community," Vanessa said. "And this home. Here's to new beginnings." Everyone raised their glasses, said cheers, drank. I stood there, beer warm in my hand, jaw tight. Tyler's dad, Frank. The help with the lights. Not the man who paid for the down payment. Not the man who raised Tyler alone. Not the grandfather of the children they'd someday have in this house with the great schools. The help. I set down my beer, picked up my coat from the pile on the chair. Nobody noticed me leave. I walked out the front door, got in my truck, drove home. The drive took 20 minutes. I didn't turn on the radio, just listened to the sound of the engine. The same truck I'd bought used 15 years ago. Still ran fine. Didn't need a new one. Tyler had a new one. Leased. Something German with a name I couldn't pronounce. I'd co-signed on the lease because his credit wasn't quite good enough. $628 a month. I wasn't on the hook for it, but my name was on the paperwork, my credit score backing his. I pulled into my driveway. Sat there for a minute looking at my house. Small, 3-bedroom ranch, built in 1967. I'd bought it in 1985 for $63,000. Paid it off in 2001, the year Tyler graduated high school. The mortgage payment had been $712 a month. I'd paid it every month for 16 years while raising a kid alone on a construction worker's salary. No help, no support, just me. I'd paid it off the same year I paid for Tyler's freshman year at State. He'd gotten some scholarships. Not enough. I'd covered the rest. $14,000 that first year, then $15,000, then $16,000. By senior year, with housing and fees and books and the meal plan, it was running me $18,000 a year. $63,000 total. I'd kept track without meaning to. Had a folder in my desk drawer with all the tuition receipts. I went inside, made coffee, sat at the kitchen table, the laminate one, the one Tyler thought was fine when it was my house. I opened my laptop, pulled up my banking app, started scrolling. Down payment, October, $38,000. But that wasn't the start. That was just the most recent. Tyler's wedding, June, 3 years ago. I'd written a check for $12,000. That was my half. Vanessa's parents paid for everything else. The venue, the food, the band, the flowers, the photographer who cost more than my first car. I paid for the rehearsal dinner and the open bar and half the honeymoon. $12,000 to watch my son marry a woman who just introduced me as the help. I scrolled further. The truck lease deposit, $1,800. Tyler had needed it same day. The dealer wouldn't work with him otherwise. I had driven to his work and handed him a check during his lunch break. The security deposit on their apartment, $2,400. The landlord wanted first, last, and security. Tyler and Vanessa were $3,000 short. I'd covered it. The credit card debt, $8,000. Tyler had called me 2 years ago. Said he and Vanessa had gotten in over their heads. Just this once, Dad. I promise we'll pay you back. Still waiting on that. The emergency room visit, $1,100. Vanessa's insurance hadn't kicked in at her new job. She'd had some kind of reaction. Needed an EpiPen and monitoring. Tyler had called from the hospital. They won't let her leave until we pay. The car repair, $1,300. Tyler's old Honda needed a new transmission. This was before the German lease. I'd paid the mechanic directly. Wedding gift money, $200 each for every wedding Tyler and Vanessa attended. They went to a lot of weddings. Young people with other young people who were all getting married at wineries and barns and destinations that required plane tickets. Christmas gifts. I tried to keep it reasonable. $500 each. But Vanessa had expensive taste, and I didn't want to be the cheap one. Birthday money, same thing. $500 each. Tyler's birthday in March, Vanessa's in July. The new mattress, $2,000. They'd come over for dinner last year. Mentioned their mattress was hurting Vanessa's back. Showed me the one they wanted online. King size, memory foam, adjustable base. I'd sent them the money that night. The kitchen appliances, $3,500. They'd bought the house with old appliances. Vanessa wanted stainless steel, a gas range, a refrigerator with the freezer on the bottom. I'd gone to Home Depot with Tyler. He'd picked out everything. I'd put it on my credit card, got the rewards points. Still paying that off. The fence, $4,200. The house came with a yard but no fence. They wanted privacy. Wanted to get a dog eventually. The quote from the fence company was steep. Tyler had asked if I knew anyone who could do it cheaper. I knew someone. Me. I'd spent 3 weekends installing 200 feet of cedar privacy fence, bought all the materials myself. Cedar posts, rails, pickets, concrete, stain. Nearly $4,200 at the lumber yard. Tyler had helped the first weekend. Showed up late Saturday morning with coffee and worked for about 4 hours before he and Vanessa had dinner plans. Didn't come back Sunday. Had something with her family. I'd finished the fence alone. Added up. The down payment, the wedding, the deposits, the debts, the emergencies, the gifts, the appliances, the fence, the lights I'd installed 2 weeks ago, the plumbing I'd fixed in their apartment last year when their landlord was being a jerk about it, the furniture I'd helped move 3 times, the painting I'd done in their apartment to avoid losing their security deposit, $146,000 over 3 years. Not counting the college tuition. Not counting the 18 years before that when I'd raised him alone. Not counting the soccer leagues and the school supplies and the class trips and the car insurance and the braces and the senior photos and the prom tuxedo and the graduation party. Not counting any of that. $146,000 since he married Vanessa. And tonight she'd thanked me for the lights. I sat there looking at my laptop screen. Coffee getting cold in the cup next to me. Same cup I'd used for 20 years. White ceramic with a chip in the handle. My phone buzzed. Text from Tyler. "Hey Dad, you left early. Everything okay?" I stared at the message. Typed back. "Fine. Had a headache." 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. "Okay, thanks for coming." That was it. No, let's grab lunch this week. No, sorry we didn't get to talk more. Just thanks for coming, like I'd been a coworker who stopped by out of obligation. I set down the phone. The house was quiet. It was always quiet. I'd gotten used to it after Tyler's mother left, then gotten used to the noise when it was just me and Tyler, then used to the quiet again after he moved out for college and never really moved back. He'd stayed here for 3 months after graduation, just until he found a job. Then he'd gotten the job, moved into an apartment with 2 roommates, then met Vanessa, moved in with her after 6 months. They'd been living together ever since. I'd helped with every move. The last time Tyler had spent the night in this house was 4 years ago. He'd come for Christmas Eve, spent the night in his old room, left Christmas morning to have dinner with Vanessa's family. That was before they were even engaged. I'd stopped hosting holidays after that. No point cooking for one. Tyler always had somewhere else to be, someone else's table to sit at. I closed my laptop, washed my coffee cup, stood at the sink looking out the window at my backyard. Small yard. I'd built a deck out there 20 years ago. Tyler had helped. He was 16. We'd spent a whole summer on it. I'd taught him how to use a circular saw, how to check if something was level, how to measure twice and cut once. He'd been proud of that deck. Brought his friends over. They'd sat out there drinking sodas and talking about girls and music. Now he had a deck I hadn't built, a house I'd paid for, a wife who thought I was the help. I went to bed around 11. Didn't sleep much. Kept thinking about Vanessa's speech, her parents' humble smiles, the polite applause for the man who installed the lights. Sunday morning I made breakfast, eggs and toast, sat at the table reading the news on my phone. Quiet house. Empty rooms. My phone rang around 10. Tyler. "Hey, Dad." "Hey," I said. "So, Vanessa wanted me to call." He paused. I heard her voice in the background. Couldn't make out the words. "She feels bad about last night. Said she didn't mean to put you to work or anything." "Okay," I said. She gets stressed hosting, wants everything perfect. You know how she is." I didn't say anything. "Anyway, we were thinking maybe you could come over for dinner next weekend. Just the 3 of us. Quieter." "Maybe," I said. "Cool. I'll text you." Another pause. "And Dad, thanks again for everything. The down payment, the help with the house, all of it. We really appreciate it. We, not I, we." "Sure," I said. "Okay, I gotta run. We're meeting Vanessa's parents for brunch." He hung up. I sat there holding the phone, set it down, picked up my coffee. The deck outside needed staining. I'd been putting it off for 2 years. Maybe this week I'd take care of it. Probably take a couple days. I had the time. I always had the time. That's when I realized something. Sitting there, looking at the deck I'd built with my son, the deck he'd been proud of before he had a better one. Tyler didn't see me as his father anymore, not really. I was a resource, a bank, a handyman. Someone who showed up when needed and disappeared when not. The help. And I'd let it happen. Every time I'd said yes to the money. Every time I'd picked up my tools. Every time I'd swallowed the hurt and told myself they were busy. They were young, they'd come around. I'd taught him that I was available. That my time, my money, my work, it was all just there for the taking. I opened my phone, looked at my banking app again, looked at the transfers, the checks, the credit card balance I was still carrying because of their kitchen appliances. Then I opened my contacts, scrolled to my lawyer, Bill Morrison. I'd used him for the estate planning after my mother died. He'd helped me set up my will, make sure everything was clear about the house, the retirement accounts, the life insurance. Everything was going to Tyler. He was my only child, my only family. I sent Bill an email. Need to talk about revising my will. Available this week? He responded in 20 minutes. Tuesday at 2 work? See you then, I typed back. I spent the rest of Sunday working on the deck, scraping old stain, cleaning the wood, getting it ready for a fresh coat, physical work, the kind that makes you tired in a good way, the kind where you can see what you accomplished at the end of the day. Monday, I went to the bank, talked to the manager, a woman about 50 named Patricia who'd handled my accounts for years. I need to close some accounts and open new ones, I told her. Of course. Which accounts? The savings account that's linked to my checking, the account my son has access to. She pulled up my information, looked at the screen. The joint account? It's not joint, I said. He has transfer privileges for emergencies. Right. She clicked through some screens. Balance is currently $4,200. That was what was left of my emergency fund. I kept it liquid. In case Tyler needed. Close it, I said. Open a new savings account, just in my name. Absolutely. I'll need you to sign a few forms. I signed the forms. She processed everything, printed out new account numbers. The new account is active now, Patricia said. The old account will be closed within 24 hours. What happens if someone tries to transfer money from it? They'll get an error message. Account not found. Good, I said. Tuesday, I met with Bill Morrison. His office was downtown in an old building with crown molding and wooden floors. Bill was 68, retired from a big firm. Did estate work now because he liked it. We'd known each other for 15 years. Frank. He shook my hand. Good to see you. How's Tyler? That's why I'm here, I said. We sat down. His office smelled like old books and coffee, had a window that looked out on the street. I could see people walking by, living their lives, nobody worrying about whether their kids saw them as ATMs. What's going on? Bill asked. I told him. Not everything. Didn't mention the housewarming party specifically, just said I needed to revise my will, make some changes to how my estate was structured. Okay, Bill said. What kind of changes? I want to set up a trust, something where Tyler doesn't get access to the money until certain conditions are met. Bill nodded, took notes. What conditions? I'd thought about this Sunday night, lying in bed, looking at the ceiling. He has to request a meeting with me, face to face, not a phone call. He has to sit down with me and we have to talk, really talk, about our relationship, about what family means. That's not a typical condition, Bill said. I don't care. It's also hard to enforce after you're gone. Then make it so if he doesn't do it within a year of my death, the money goes somewhere else. Where? I thought about it. Trade school scholarships. For kids who want to learn construction. Give them what I gave Tyler. A skill. A way to build something. Bill wrote it down. What about the house? Same trust. He doesn't inherit it unless he meets the conditions. And if he doesn't, sell it. Put the money in the scholarship fund. Bill looked at me over his reading glasses. Frank, I have to ask, is this about punishment? Because if you're angry, I'm not angry, I said. Realized I was lying. Okay, I'm angry, but this isn't punishment. It's a boundary. I want Tyler to understand that family isn't transactional, that I'm not just a bank account. If he can't sit down with me and talk about that, really talk, not just placate me, then I'd rather the money help someone who'll appreciate it. Bill nodded. Okay, I can draft that. It'll take a few days. Take your time, I said. I left his office feeling lighter, like I'd done something, finally. That night, Tyler texted me. Hey Dad, something's wrong with your account. Vanessa tried to transfer money for the contractor and it got declined. I stared at the message, read it 3 times. Vanessa tried to transfer money from my account for their contractor. I called him. He picked up on the 3rd ring. Hey Dad. What contractor? I asked. Oh, we're getting the master bathroom redone. Vanessa found this amazing tile, but the contractor needs a deposit and our contractor account is tapped out from the fence and the appliances and how much? $6,000, but we'll pay you back as soon as... No, I said. Silence. No, Tyler said. No. I closed that account. You don't have access anymore. More silence. Longer this time. Dad, is this about the party? Because Vanessa already apologized. She didn't apologize to me, I said. She told you to tell me she felt bad. That's not an apology. Okay, fine, she'll call you. But we really need this contractor deposit. The tile is already ordered and... Use your own money, I said. We don't have $6,000 sitting around, Tyler said. Irritation creeping into his voice. We just bought a house. We're stretched thin. Then don't remodel the bathroom. Are you serious right now? Completely. Dad. His voice shifted, softer. Come on. It's $6,000. You've got that. You helped us with the down payment. What's another $6,000? What's another $6,000? I repeated. That's the question? I didn't mean $146,000, I said. In 3 years. That's what I've given you and Vanessa. What are you talking about? Down payment, wedding, deposits, debts, appliances, fence, all of it. I added it up. $146,000. Dad, we didn't ask for all that. You asked for every single piece of it, every emergency, every need, every can you help us, and just this once, and we'll pay you back. Okay, so you're mad about money. Fine, we'll figure out a payment plan. I'm not mad about money, I said. I'm mad about being treated like I'm the help. What? Saturday. At your party. Vanessa thanked me for installing the lights. She thanked her parents for the down payment I gave you. She never mentioned the money, never introduced me as your father, never included me in anything. I was just Frank, the guy who does electrical work. Dad, you're overreacting. You left me standing in a corner for 2 hours. You talked to me once, for about 90 seconds, then went back to mingling. It was our housewarming party. We had to talk to everyone. I'm not everyone. I'm your father. Tyler didn't say anything. When's the last time you called me just to talk? I asked. Not to ask for money, not to tell me you need help with something, just to see how I'm doing. Silence. I don't know, he finally said. Neither do I said. That's the problem. Dad, look, I'm sorry if you felt left out. We've been busy with the house and... You're always busy. Too busy to visit, too busy to call, but never too busy to ask me for money. That's not fair. You visited me 6 times in 3 years, twice for Christmas, twice for my birthday, twice because you needed me to sign something. Every time you've stayed less than 2 hours. Jesus, Dad, are you keeping a log? I don't have to. I remember every time I see my son. More silence. I don't know what you want me to say, Tyler said. Voice flat now. I want you to say you see it, that you understand why I'm hurt, that you recognize I'm not just a bank account. Of course you're not. Then act like it. Come see me. Not because you need something, not because it's a holiday, just because you want to. Okay, Tyler said. Fine, I'll come over. When? I don't know. This week's crazy. We've got the contractor coming and Vanessa's parents are visiting and I'll wait, I said. No more money until I see you. Really, I see you. Not a quick visit where you're checking your phone the whole time. A real conversation. Dad, you're seriously holding money hostage? I'm setting a boundary. There's a difference. This is insane! His voice was rising. You're acting insane. Maybe, I said. Or maybe I'm finally acting sane. I hung up. My hands were shaking. I set down the phone. Sat there for a minute just breathing. Then my phone started buzzing. Tyler calling back. I didn't answer. He called 3 more times. Left a voicemail. Dad, come on. Pick up. We need to talk about this. You can't just cut us off. We're your family. Call me back. I deleted the voicemail. An hour later, Vanessa called. I didn't answer that either. She left a voicemail too. Hi, Frank. It's Vanessa. Tyler's really upset. I think there's been a misunderstanding. I'm so sorry if I made you feel unappreciated at the party. That wasn't my intention at all. You're such an important part of Tyler's life. Our lives. Please call us back so we can figure this out. Professional voice. Smooth. The voice she probably used with clients at her marketing job. I deleted that voicemail too. Wednesday, I went to the hardware store, bought stain for the deck, spent the afternoon applying the first coat. Slow, careful work. Brushing it into the grain, making sure I didn't miss any spots. My neighbor, Linda, came over around 4. She was 71, widow. We'd been neighbors for 18 years. Talked over the fence sometimes. Nothing deep. Just weather and gardens and the state of the neighborhood. Deck looks good, she said. Thanks. Needed it. Tyler helping? No. She nodded. Didn't push. That was nice about Linda. She didn't push. My daughter's visiting this weekend, she said. Coming down from Chicago with the grandkids. Place is going to be chaos. Sounds nice, I said. Loud, anyway. She smiled. You should come over Saturday. Meet them. We're grilling out. Maybe, I said. Open invitation? Linda said. Went back to her yard. I finished the first coat around 6, cleaned my brushes, went inside and made dinner, chicken and rice. Ate it at the table looking at my phone. No calls, no texts. Thursday morning, Tyler texted. Dad, this is getting ridiculous. We need that bathroom deposit by Friday or we lose the contractor. I typed back, use your own money. 3 dots, then, we don't have it. Then wait until you do. The contractor won't wait. He's got other jobs. Not my problem. Dad, please, we'll pay you back. I swear. Like you paid back the credit card. Debt? The car deposit? The emergency room? Still waiting on all of that. The dots appeared and disappeared 3 times. Then nothing. Friday, Vanessa called again. This time I answered. Frank, hi. She sounded relieved. I'm glad you picked up. What do you want, Vanessa? I want to apologize. Really apologize. I was rude at the party. I was stressed and I took you for granted and that wasn't okay. Okay, I said. So, we're good? No. But I apologized. You apologized because you need money, not because you mean it. That's not... She stopped. I could hear her breathing. Frank, I do mean it. I'm sorry. And yes, we need help with the contractor, but those are separate things. Are they? Yes. When's the last time you invited me over? I asked. Not the housewarming, before that. Silence. For dinner, or a holiday, or just because. We've been busy with the house. You've been in that house for 6 weeks. Before that, you were in the apartment for 2 years. I helped you move in, helped you move out, fixed your plumbing, painted your walls. You know how many times you invited me over for dinner? She didn't answer. Twice, I said. Once for Tyler's birthday, once for Christmas Eve. Both times I brought food. Both times I left after 2 hours because you had other plans. Frank, that's not... We appreciate everything you've done. You appreciate my money, my labor, not me. That's not true. Prove it, I said. Come see me. Bring Tyler. Have a conversation with me that doesn't end with asking for money. We will, next week. After we deal with this contractor, no money until I see you. Both of you. Really see you. That's manipulative, she said. Voice harder now. That's a boundary, I said. Get used to it. I hung up. Saturday I went to Linda's barbecue, met her daughter, nice woman, about Tyler's age. Her kids were 7 and 9. They ran around the backyard playing tag while we ate hamburgers and potato salad. You have grandkids, Frank? Linda's daughter asked. No, I said. He's got a son, Linda said. Tyler. Lives across town. Oh, nice. Is he coming over? No, I said. Linda shot her daughter a look. The daughter changed the subject. I stayed for a couple hours, helped clean up, went home around 8. My phone had 12 missed calls, 6 from Tyler, 6 from Vanessa. No voicemails, just calls. Sunday morning, Tyler showed up. I heard his truck in the driveway, heard the door slam, heard his footsteps on the porch. He pounded on the door. Dad, open up. I took my time, finished my coffee, set the cup in the sink, walked to the door, opened it. Tyler looked angry, face red, jaw tight. What the hell, Dad? Good morning, I said. Don't. Seriously, don't. He pushed past me into the house. We lost the contractor. He took another job. We're back on the waiting list and it'll be months before anyone else can start. All because you decided to throw some kind of tantrum. I'm not throwing a tantrum, I said. I'm setting boundaries. By cutting us off? By refusing to help your own son? By stopping the ATM. Is that what this is about? Money? Jesus, Dad, if we'd known you were keeping a running tab, I wasn't keeping a tab. I was being a father, helping my son. What I didn't realize was that my son saw me as a resource, not a parent. Tyler stared at me. That's insane. You said that already. Still doesn't make it true. Dad. He took a breath, visibly trying to calm down. Look, I'm sorry if we've taken you for granted. I'm sorry if we haven't visited enough, but you can't just cut us off. We're family. Are we? I asked. What kind of question is that? When's the last time you called me just to talk? I don't know. A couple weeks ago. 3 months, I said. Last time you called without asking for money was 3 months ago. You pocket-dialed me. When I answered, you were talking to Vanessa about what to get for dinner. He looked away. Okay, so I'm a bad son. Is that what you want to hear? I want you to care. I do care. Then show it. Not with promises. Not with, we'll do better. With actions. Come see me. Talk to me. Treat me like I matter. You do matter. Then prove it. He stood there, jaw working, hands clenched. This is emotional blackmail. This is me protecting myself, I said. I've spent 3 years giving you everything you asked for. Money, time, labor. I've gotten nothing back except requests for more. That stops now. So what, you're disowning me? I'm not disowning you. I'm stopping the bleeding. That's the same thing. No, it's not. You can still come see me, call me, invite me over, be my son. You just can't use me as a bank anymore. Fine. He turned toward the door. Fine. You want space? You got it. Don't call me when you're old and need help. He walked out, slammed the door. I stood there listening to his truck start, listening to him peel out of the driveway. The house was quiet again. I made more coffee, went out to the deck, applied the second coat of stain, finished around 3. The deck looked good, better than it had in years. Monday, I went to the grocery store, bought food for 1, came home, put it away, made dinner. My phone rang around 8. Tyler. I answered. Hello? Dad. His voice was different, tired. Can we talk? That's all I've wanted, I said. I know, I just... He stopped. Vanessa and I had a fight. About you, about money, about everything. I didn't say anything. She said I take you for granted. Said I treat you like an ATM. She's right. Okay, I said. And I'm sorry. Really sorry. Not because I want money. Because I've been a shitty son. Okay, I said again. Can I come over? Tomorrow, just to talk. No agenda, no asking for anything, just talk. Yes, I said. Okay, I'll be there around 6. He hung up. I sat there holding the phone, not sure if I believed him. Not sure if this was real or just another manipulation, but I'd wait and see. Tuesday evening, Tyler showed up at 6:15. He knocked. I opened the door. Hey, he said. Hey. We stood there for a second. Then he stepped inside. Place looks the same, he said. Why would it change? I don't know. Just feels like it should be different. He looked around. Is that a new coffee maker? No. Same one I've had for 10 years. Oh. He sat down at the table. The laminate one. Deck looks good. I saw it from the driveway. Thanks. You do it yourself? Yeah. He nodded. Looked at his hands. I don't know how to start this. Start with the truth, I said. Okay. He looked up at me. The truth is, I've been using you. Not consciously, or maybe consciously, I don't know. But every time something came up, money or help or whatever, my first thought was, Dad will handle it. And you always did. So I stopped thinking about whether I should ask, whether it was fair. I just asked. Okay, I said. And I stopped seeing you as a person. You were just this resource, this safety net. And when you cut us off, I was angry because you were supposed to be there. That was your job. At least that's how I thought about it. And now? Now I'm realizing how fucked up that is. He rubbed his face. Vanessa pointed out that we see her parents once a week. We go over for dinner. We invite them to stuff. We call them just to talk. And you? We only call when we need something. Yeah, I said. And at the party, when she thanked her parents for the down payment, she didn't even think about you. Because in her mind, and mine, honestly, you weren't the guy who gave us the down payment. You were the guy who installed the lights. That was the thing you did most recently. So that's what she thanked you for. I didn't say anything. That's so fucked up, Dad. Yeah, I said. It is. I'm sorry. Okay? I know that's not enough. I know sorry doesn't fix 3 years of being an asshole. But I mean it. I'm really sorry. I sat down across from him. Tyler, I need you to understand something. This isn't about the money. I gave you that money because I wanted to help you, because I love you, because you're my son. I know. Let me finish. I held up a hand. I gave you the money freely. I'm not asking you to pay it back, but I can't keep giving when there's nothing coming back. Not money, time, attention, respect. I need to know I'm more to you than a wallet. You are, he said. Then show me. How? Come see me. Once a week. Have dinner. Talk. Let me know what's going on in your life. Not just the emergencies, the regular stuff, the boring stuff. Let me be your dad, not your bank. He nodded. Okay, I can do that. And no more asking for money. I'm serious. You and Vanessa are adults. You have jobs. You bought a house. Figure out your finances. If you can't afford the bathroom remodel right now, wait. Save up. Live within your means. We will, he said. I mean it, Tyler. This is the boundary. I'm happy to help with my time, my skills, but not money. Not anymore. Okay, he said. I understand. We sat there for a minute. Do you want some coffee? I asked. Yeah, that'd be good. I made coffee. We sat at the table and talked. About his job, about Vanessa's job, about the house, about the neighborhood, about the dog they were thinking about getting. Regular stuff. No emergencies, no crises. It was nice. He left around 9, gave me a hug at the door. Thanks, Dad. For what? For not giving up on me. I'm your father, I said. That's not an option. He nodded, got in his truck, drove away. I went inside, cleaned up the coffee cups, felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. Wednesday, I met with Bill Morrison. He had the revised will ready. I read through it. Everything I'd asked for, the trust, the conditions, the scholarship fund. You still want to do this? Bill asked. Even after talking with Tyler? Yeah, I said. This isn't punishment. It's insurance. If Tyler and I rebuild our relationship, great. He'll meet the conditions easily. If we don't, at least the money will help someone. Okay. Bill pushed the papers across the desk. Sign here, and here, and here. I signed. Done, Bill said. Your estate is updated. I left his office feeling settled, like I'd done what I needed to do. That weekend, Tyler came over for dinner, brought Vanessa. She was nervous, kept apologizing. I told her to stop. Water under the bridge, I said. Let's just move forward. She looked relieved. We grilled out on the deck, ate at the table I'd built, talked about regular things, work, the neighborhood, Linda's grandkids who'd been over the week before. It was good. They left around 10. Tyler hugged me again. See you next week? Yeah, I said. Next week. And he came. The next week. And the week after that. Sometimes alone. Sometimes with Vanessa. We had dinner, talked, watched a game. Regular stuff. A month later, Tyler showed up on a Tuesday night, unscheduled. Hey, I said. Everything okay? Yeah, just wanted to see you. He came in, sat down. Is that weird? No, I said. That's good. We had coffee, talked for an hour. He left around 9. That's when I knew it was real. 2 months after our fight, Tyler called me on a Sunday morning. Hey, Dad, Vanessa and I are heading to the nursery. Want to come? We're picking out plants for the backyard. Yeah, I said. I'll be there in 20 minutes. I met them at the nursery, helped them pick out shrubs and flowers, loaded everything into Tyler's truck, went back to their house and spent the afternoon planting. Vanessa made us lunch. We ate in their kitchen, the one with the quartz countertops and the appliances I'd bought. It didn't hurt anymore. That night I got home tired. Good tired. The kind from physical work with people you care about. I sat on the deck, the one I'd restained, drank a beer, looked at the sky. My phone buzzed. Text from Tyler. Thanks for today, Dad. Love you. I typed back. Love you too. That was it. That was all I'd wanted. Not money, not gratitude for the money. Just time, just respect, just being seen as a father, not a resource. It took setting a boundary. It took saying no. It took risking the relationship to save it. But it worked. And if it hadn't, if Tyler had walked away for good, I would have survived that too, because I'd finally learned to protect myself, to set limits, to demand what I deserved. 3 months after everything started, I was at Tyler and Vanessa's house for Sunday dinner. Her parents were there too, all of us around the table. Vanessa's father raised his glass. To family. We all raised our glasses, said cheers, drank. Then Vanessa turned to me. Frank, I never properly thanked you for the down payment, for helping us get into this house. It means everything to us. I looked at her, at Tyler, at the house I'd helped them buy. You're welcome, I said. And I meant it, because now I wasn't the help. I was family, and that made all the difference. If you like this story, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share your impressions in the comments. To listen to more stories, click on the window on the right. Thank you for being with us.